Vital. Prepare the following equipment: digital thermometer, alcohol, cotton balls, BP apparatus, sphygmomanometer and stethoscope, wristwatch, receptacle for used cotton balls, and record sheet. Introduce yourself to the client and verify the client's identity using agency protocol. Explain to the client what you are going to do, why it is necessary, and how he or she can participate. Perform hand hygiene. Observe appropriate infection control procedures. Provide for client's privacy. Place the client in the appropriate position to measure the client's temperature. First, get a piece of cotton ball with alcohol and wipe the thermometer from the probe down to the stem. Turn on the thermometer and follow the manufacturer's guidelines as to when it can be placed under the client's axilla. Next is to place the thermometer under the client's axilla. It can also be placed under the client's axilla opposite the arm where the BP will be measured. Then wait for the thermometer to beep. Once the thermometer beeps, get it from the client's axilla first. Then clean the thermometer first from the stem up to the probe, then return it in its case. Take note the temperature. To measure the blood pressure, first ensure that the sleeve of the client's clothing is properly folded. Then put the cuff on the client's arm. Ensure correct placement of the BP cuff, the right height and fit. Hook the gauge or manometer onto the gauge holder. Then arrange the tube connectors if they are tangled. Next is to clean the stethoscope. Using a cotton ball with alcohol, clean the earpieces, tube, and the bell-shaped diaphragm parts. Lock the valve. Measure the preliminary palpatory determination or PPD. Note the PPD measured. Next is to measure the blood pressure. Locate the proper site of brachial pulse. Place the stethoscope on the client's brachial pulse. Pump the bulb up to 30 millimeters of mercury higher than the PD measure. Carefully release the pressure by unlocking the valve in a counterclockwise motion. Then note the blood pressure measured. Once the BP is measured, remove the cuff from the client's arm. To measure the pulse rate, first, select the proper site or the radial pulse. Place 2 to 3 fingers over the pulse point. Using a wristwatch, count the pulse for 1 full minute. Once done, note the pulse rate. Still holding the radial pulse point, count the respiratory rate for 1 full minute. Note the respiratory rate. Ensure client's comfort after the procedure. Clean the discard used materials. Thank you for watching. Performed by Charmy Ramirez, Batch 27.